Hello my lovelies, hope you're all doing so well. Welcome back to my channel and another tag. I decided as celebration I was going to do a couple more tags, and seeing I'm filming every day, it's not like you're losing out on any of my reviews or anything. I actually have some really good reviews coming up, some comparisons, even some makeup looks, guys. Haven't done any of those in a while. So anyway, I'm going to get on with this and not be my rambly self. Like I could ever. So anyway, as you can see from the title, this is the Irish YouTuber tag, and yes, before anybody out there does correct me, because I am sure some people out there may want to correct me, I may not be Irish as in I'm a little leprechaun Irish, but I am from Northern Ireland, so therefore I am Northern Irish, therefore I am Irish. And this is where it gets confusing, because I'm a Protestant, which makes me British. But I was born in Northern Ireland, I live in Northern Ireland, so I call myself Irish. I lead a confusing life, but it's grand, it's okay. We'll be fine. We'll get through this. We won't confuse each other, but for the purposes of you guys, I am Irish. I will always say I'm Irish, and that's the way it is, okay? Okay, so this tag was actually made up by the lovely Life with Lyndsey. Lyndsey? I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm totally not sure. Because I'm almost 100% sure her name is actually Lisa. I don't remember. I'm just going to be weird. Anyway, she's a really lovely girl. She actually got me in touch with loads of new people by sending me the link for the Irish YouTubers Facebook page, and I was so happy. It's been great to meet so many new Irish people, because I kind of felt alone in a sea of English and Americans, and as much as I love English and Americans, I really wanted to hear somebody with an accent near my own, although I still feel pretty alone, because although I do have a bit of a country accent, I don't have a normal Belfast accent, although you guys probably think I do. But that's not the point. Anyway, it would be nice to actually get to know some more people from Belfast. So anyway, I am going to move on. I am also going to link down below the video for the original tag and get on with the question. So the first one is, what county are you from? And this is a good one, because when I was younger, my mum and dad lived in an area in Belfast where sometimes you got posts that said County Down and sometimes you got posts that said County Antrim. I never knew what county I was from. I always thought it was County Down, but apparently now it's County Antrim. It was totally verified at one point or another, so I live in County Antrim. So there you go, that's the first question. Question 2, where is your favourite place to visit in Ireland? Well, this is a funny one, because I haven't actually travelled loads around Ireland. I have never properly been around Dublin, except for once going to the zoo and going to a concert at Croke Park. But I absolutely love Cork. I've only been once, but it was the most beautiful place. And it was in Blarney, and I stayed in the Blarney Park Hotel, which I don't actually think exists anymore. It's quite sad, because it was actually a work thing I went for, so I really didn't get to enjoy it that much, but it was stunning. But I would say that my next favourite place would probably be Donegal, as it is just gorgeous, and Donegal is obviously so big, but it is gorgeous place to go to. I just love Ireland. I love whenever you get out of Northern Ireland, whenever you feel Northern Ireland slipping away and you see the green, and it just goes on and on and on and on, and it's just stunning. I am absolutely a fiend for loving Florida. My husband and I adore it. We would go and stay there all year round if we could, but there is just something so stunning about Ireland. And don't get me wrong, Northern Ireland has some beautiful places. I was up the coast the other week and it just is breathtaking. I don't think I've ever experienced breathtaking scenery like I do whenever I go to anywhere else in Ireland. So anyway, that was only question 2 and I've rambled for a couple of minutes and I think I answered the question. Cork and Donegal are my 2 favourite places. I can't really choose between them. But the other place I go to a lot is Carlingford, and it's really just a kick in the backside outside Northern Ireland. It's just across the border, but it is lovely. It's a wee coast village and it has gorgeous, really, really old castles, and I'm going in a couple of weeks, so I actually cannot wait. If there's any of you guys that are watching this, if you live anywhere in Omeath, in County Meath, if you live anywhere near Carlingford, Omeath, and I can't even think what else is close by, but if you live anywhere near any of those places, guys, seriously get in touch. I would love to come and have a beer with you, have a natter, whatever. It would be brilliant. There's me and my friend Lynn, who is always on this channel. We're going to be there. So anyway, I'm going to get on with this because I'm totally rambling. It's unbelievable. So anyway, number 3, what's your favourite Irish word or phrase? Well, I can't really tell you any Irish words because I don't really know any. I'm trying to think, do I actually know any words actually in Irish? Obviously, being Protestant, I didn't go to a school where they taught Irish. Anyway, my favourite phrase is "what's the crack?" And I mean, that can be anything from "what are you up to?" "How's it going?" "Hello." What's the crack? And it's not spelled C-R-A-C-K, it's spelled C-R-A-I-C. What's the crack? Yeah. I love it. I love the Irish accent. It is just the most gorgeous accent ever. Followed closely by Scottish. Yeah. If I could have Irish on one side and Scotland on the other, just sitting chatting away to me, I would be happy. I love listening, like I love hearing. I have this friend and every time I speak to him it's like, "How are you?" And you're like, it took me years to perfect saying that, "How are you?" I couldn't, for years I could not get myself to say that, "How are you?" And that's "how are you?" How are you? How are you? So you have to go from "how are you" to "how are you?" How are you? How are you? You don't even pronounce the W and the Y for the U. How are you? I think it's probably like spelt H-A-R-Y-A. How are you? Anyway, I am such a rambler tonight. It has been such a long day and I'm still filming. But anyway, so the next question, number 4, is do you play GAA? And that is Gaelic football. I can't even play British football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, again, going to a Protestant school, we didn't have Gaelic football there. I don't really know anything about it either. I don't really know a lot about anything to do with sports, so that's okay. I used to go and watch friends of mine in Portaferry play hurley. Yeah, that's about the height of it. 5. So number 5, who are your favourite Irish artists? Okay, so anybody that know me will not be surprised by this, but I was absolutely in love with Westlife. And of course it helps that they're Irish, you know. I don't think I would have been so in love with them if they weren't Irish. But it's just those accents. Oh man, I used to love going to the concerts and listening to them talking. They could have just talked the whole way through it and I would have been happy. Claim to fame story actually, before they properly released their first single, when they were still called West Side, I actually met them in Chicago Pizza Pie Factory in Belfast, which was a nightclub, and I was underage, but that's not the point. I was there with an adult, which makes it even worse I guess, but yeah, we met them and that was an interesting night, but I won't go into that story. But we didn't know who they were until 6 months later or something like that. I was sitting watching The Box, the music channel, and on came Swear It Again, I think it was, their first single, and I nearly wet myself. I fell off the chair with excitement and rang my friend and went, "Ah!" ah, those guys that we met, ah, and just kept screaming down the phone. I think it took her 5 minutes to actually calm me down and find out what I was actually saying and get the channel on. Probably wasn't 5 minutes because obviously they were still on, it's still on the channel. Anyway, so the next question then is, name 5 Irish YouTubers you'd like to collab with. I really don't know because there's so many. I'm actually in the process of doing a collab with Nikkipandahat, I think is how you pronounce it. For some reason, whenever I first read it, I was going Nikki P and a hat. Yeah, I don't even know where my brain goes sometimes. I'm not sure how to pronounce her surname. Nikkipandahat? Fihi? But it's Irish, so it could be Fack. You just never know. But I'll put her name here so that you guys can actually see what she's called. I'm trying to think who else. I'd love to do the tag. I'd love to collab with the girl who actually created this tag, Life with Lyndsey. I've actually seen so many new people lately. I just love all of the Irish girls that are doing YouTube videos. It blows me away. I love it because, as I said before, for so long all I saw was the likes of British ones and American ones and stuff, and it is so refreshing. It is just, it's a breath of fresh air to really sit down and listen to some Irish girls do it. That sounds so wrong. Anyway, so the last question is, what's the weather like where you are? Well, oh my goodness, today has been the weirdest day ever. One minute it was absolutely roasting, the next minute it was cloudy and dull, then it was roasting again, and then it was dull, and then it was roasting again. Tomorrow I think it's due to rain, so it'll probably be sunny, and then the next day it'll probably snow. Because that is the Irish way. Yeah. So that is it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know I'm such a rambler and talk a load of rubbish, but I am going to tag Nikki and anybody else who's actually watching this who is Irish. Get yourselves to a camera and make this video because I want to see more people do this video because it's funny. I have a second cat now. My first video I had one cat crying in it and I have another one and she's right beside me and she's probably going to crawl up on the back of this sofa any minute now. Hello Munchkin. Oh, what's wrong with you? Oh. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also I have a giveaway going on at the minute, so if you haven't done so already, pop over, check the giveaway out and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all tomorrow. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye bye.